Guys, good morning. Welcome to my first video. My name is Alex. I'm a 30-year-old from Canada. I live in Montreal with my partner and my cats and my roommate. And I just wanted to start filming stuff. I've been thinking of doing videos for a long time. It's always been in the back of my mind, you know, like I really want to create content. I'm a creative person, and I was really interested in the whole YouTube, especially beauty. I've been working in the beauty industry for a long time, and I saw that beauty was such a big deal on YouTube, and I was like, I have things to say. I have opinions to share. But I was talking myself out of it all the time, because I was like, well, I mean, you're older, you know, some people might not be interested in what you have to say, and this year I decided to just go for it, and if people like it, good. If people don't, that's too bad, but I'm just gonna film stuff. I have a lot of different interests, and I think I have like valuable stuff to share. I'm gonna do a little get ready with me, because I think it's a good way to get to know someone. I wanted to explore the whole no buying, minimalistic lifestyle, and I want to keep myself accountable on those things, because I've been self-implementing a no buy for this year, and I haven't bought anything this year yet, beauty-wise or skincare wise. So and I want to keep it that way for the full year, so I want to keep myself accountable with that. And I was thinking of panning too, but I'll probably make a separate video on the stuff that I want to pan. But yeah, I just want to keep myself accountable and you know, create some cool content that some people might like, and hopefully you guys like it. So let's get some fun. I'm just gonna drinking coffee. A girl needs her caffeine. I'm not a daily makeup wearer. I used to be. To work in makeup, I did my face every day. I no longer do. I work from home mostly, so I don't have to wear makeup every day. So I have a significant stash. I've decluttered a lot in the past 2 years or so. I've been very cutthroat with my decluttering. But I still have a sizable collection, which is why I'm implementing this no-buy situation. I'm just gonna start. I've just moisturized my face. I just washed my face, exfoliated serum moisturizer. I've been on quite a thick moisturizer lately, since it's been so cold in Montreal, and my skin is combo. But mostly oily, but in the winter it gets very dehydrated. And it's very acne prone, but it's well managed, I'd say, right now. I'm not breaking out too badly. I have a bit here, a bit here, a bit on the nose. Those are the usual spots where I'll break out. I don't break out on the forehead, on the cheeks, or anything. I'm pretty happy with it, even though it's not perfect, but it's never been perfect, so I'm not expecting it to be perfect. I'm gonna start with a bit of a mist spray. I use Avène, well, not always, but lately it's what I've been using. This is Avène Thermal Water, and I'll just do a generous spray, and I feel so good. It's great if your skin's sensitive or rosacea prone. It's very soothing. I usually start my makeup with a bit of spray, just to revive my moisturizer, and if it's been a few hours, I'll put some more moisturizer on, so that my foundation or BB cream doesn't cling to dry patches. And I'm going to put on some CC cream. This one, this is the Lise Watier CC cream. Color corrector, multi-perfecting moisturizer, SPF 25 in light neutral. This is a pretty good shade for me right now. It has a nice gel texture. And this is a good color for me, because I'm quite tan, well, for me anyway, because I spent most of January in Thailand, in Singapore. So I was in the sun and in the warmth, and I miss it bitterly at the moment. So I just put that on my fingers, dot it on. And sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I beauty blender it, but today I'm gonna use my fingers. I like to use my fingers quite a bit. I use my fingers a lot when I do makeup professionally, because I like to melt the products in the skin, and I like a really good skin. I like to see the skin. I don't mind a full coverage foundation if the occasion calls for it, but it's not my everyday thing. Props to you if that's what you like. I mean, you do you. I'm very easygoing with makeup. If you want to go full on drag every day, cool, awesome, good for you. You do you, and I'll do me, and me is a sheer base. That if you wear a really thick base when your skin is dehydrated, you'll get super cakey real quick. Okay, I'll spot correct with a concealer, and I'm gonna use Shape Tape. Pretty good coverage. I use a teeny bit of this. I don't use a ton. And I don't do the whole highlighted under eye thing. It's not for me. I'm gonna use a brush to apply this. I'm gonna use this is like a synthetic flat top brush. This is from Cover FX. I don't even know if they still make these. I've had this one for years. A lot of my brushes are quite old, but I take good care of them. I don't like to buy stuff constantly if I still have serviceable things, you know. So I have some 10-year-old brushes that work fine because they've been washed and conditioned. And this is quite a big brush, but I like it. You can see it. I like this brush for foundation too, when I use cream foundation. Just get really buff it in. So yeah, thoughts on you know, decluttering. I have a really big collection, even though I decluttered quite aggressively. And what I decluttered was mostly stuff I bought impulsively because it's pretty. Like the electric palette. I used to own it. I've swatched it once and then never used it. And it was beautiful. It's not that it's a bad palette or anything. It was quite lovely. But the issue was I don't wear those colors on the daily. I just don't. And it was just sitting there gathering dust. So yeah, I have quite the collection, even though I've been pretty cutthroat in my decluttering. So yeah, I've decluttered things that were beautiful, but I just didn't use. And I thought it was a waste to have them gathering dust. So most of it went to my youngest sister. And she's 16 and she's quite talented. But we're quite alike, and when I was younger, it took me a while to wear makeup. I wasn't a teenager that wore a whole lot of makeup. I wore like eyeliner, lots of it. I was really gothy. Mascara, eyeliner. I shaved my brows and drew them on. Really thin and angry. Made me look really old. I wore a lot of red lipstick and black lipstick. I would go through a lot of black lipstick. But I didn't wear that much makeup, and it wasn't as prevalent as it is today with younger people. I'll apologize, I sound kind of scratchy. I have a sore throat. I've had this ever since I've come back from Thailand. I don't know if it's the 20+ hours on a plane on my way back. I don't know if it's the temperature change, going from like 30+ degrees Celsius to minus 12, 20, 25, 30, you know. I have no clue. I feel like I'm gonna die. Maybe today was not the best day to film a video. So, okay, I have my base on. I've concealed. It's looking good. What I do, because my skin is weird and oily, but dehydrated but oily, I usually I put some setting spray before I do the rest, and I'll put setting spray at the end again. I'm gonna use the Locket, Locket setting spray. It's good, but it's not my favorite one. Favorite is Urban Decay All Nighter. But this is pretty good in the winter time since my skin is dehydrated. But this is really beautiful on dry skin because it's kind of dewy for some reason. But anyway, I'm gonna put a good layer of this on. My cat is sleeping and snoring beside me. It's really cute. I'm gonna do brows right away. Double definition pencil in Universal Brown. And I'm not sponsored by Watier, by the way. I just own a lot of the products. Her brand is a local brand. I find the focus on this camera so temperamental. I still have to figure things out. My natural brows are quite full. They have a nice shape. I don't overpluck them. And I wasn't tweezer happy when I was a teenager because I shaved them completely. The brow trend started to resurface. And since I had naturally pretty big brows, I decided to let them grow back in. And I had them threaded for a while. But really, there was no point. My brows take 2 seconds to pluck because I have a few strays like down here. So it takes literally 2 minutes. I just do it myself here and there. I'm not too fussy about brows. I'm gonna use a cream color on the base. This is the Lise Watier cream color cream velvet shadow. It's like a paint pot. It's like a nice paint pot. I'm just gonna put a thin layer of this on. I don't like to put foundation or concealer on my eyes because my lids are so oily. It just creases. It's a creasy, oily mess in no time. So yeah, the no buy. That's what I was initially talking about. I'm very rambly. I go off on tangents. It's just me. I've been wanting to implement a no buy for a while because of my big collection. So I've decluttered aggressively, and then what I'm planning on doing is just shopping my stash the whole year, and I don't want to buy a single makeup product, and I might not even have to buy mascara because I have backups of my favorite one that are sealed, so I might not even have to buy mascara this year. I told myself I would only repurchase if I legit ran out of something that I really like, and then and only then I would repurchase. But essentially, there is no need for me to repurchase, and I realized that I was set to do this when there was the VIB sale last year, and basically what happened was. I'm VIB Rouge, and I was, you know, I had my rebate and I was browsing things, and there was nothing I really wanted to buy. Like, there was pretty stuff, there was interesting stuff, but there was nothing that I could convince myself to purchase because I already had stuff, you know? So I bought backups of stuff that I knew I would eventually use, and some body care. I use a L'Occitane wash, like oily wash, and the Sol de Janeiro body cream and body wash. So I bought those, and that's it. And I rationalized not buying anything, and it was fairly easy. So I told myself, hey, get on the no buy, try it, you know, do what you can, and hopefully it works out. I'm using a MAC shadow. This is a MAC Shroom. This is a kid classic. It's like a warmish cream, but a bit of a sheen, quite subtle. I like the fact that my shadows are pressed quite hard. You can really work them slowly. You know, it's foolproof. I bought Subculture. I have Modern Renaissance. I have powdered pigments, and I like those. Even though, you know, they're Mercier. But I think that harder pressed shadows are easier to work with, especially if you're a beginner. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna use another MAC shadow. This is Wedge. This is another Kit Classic. This is a pretty good brow color for a blonde because it's fairly neutral. It's a bit gray. It's a bit brown. It's good for contouring too, actually. I'm just gonna stick that in my crease. I'm using a pencil brush. I think this is Quo brand. I think, because it's worn off, but I think it is. This is also very old. Quo is a brand, a Canadian brand that they sell exclusively at Shoppers Drug Mart. They make decent brushes. Some of them are great, some of them kind of suck. This one's a pretty good one. And I'm gonna blend it with an old NYX brush. This is like super old. Just contouring a bit. So yeah, Wedge is a great contour color. You can use it to contour the nose. It's quite subtle, and it's a tiny bit warm, but not too much. And I blend. I have a lot of lid space, so I can apply things messily and then blend them, which is nice. It's a little clumsy sometimes. My eyes are not symmetrical, so this is good. I like it. Alright. I'm gonna take a teeny tiny pencil brush. This one is from Eco Tools. It's also an old ass brush. I like it. I'm gonna work a bit of Wedge underneath my. Yeah, let's do a bit of liner. Why not? I like to use brown liner in this look. This is the Lise Watier liner. This is the waterproof liner in Cappuccino. Love that shade. It's quite red. There's a lot of red tones in it. And what I'll do, I'll just do a messy line at the roots of my lashes, like so, and then I'll just smudge it with my finger. Because most eyeliners, even if they're waterproof, they'll smudge on me because of my oily lids, even if I lay quite a bit of powder to begin with. So you're gonna just give it a little smudge, and it just makes a darker lash line, but it's not too intense because it's not black. It's okay if it's messy, you're gonna smudge it anyway. So my eyeliner always ends up a bit smudged. This is good, it just has a bit of depth. Looks good with blue, green, gray eyes, brown eyes. There's no rule, so do what you want. My nose is gonna be so red because of this freaking cold. So annoying. Let's do lashes. I'm a big fan of Tweezerman lash curlers. I've had mine for 8 years maybe. And I changed the little pads in it, the little silicone pads. And I needed a curl in my lash because I have very straight and sad lashes. So they need a curl. It makes a world of difference. It makes me look so awake. Tweezerman lash curler, big fan. I use Tweezerman tweezers as well, and I have like 3 pairs that are quite old and they work great. Nothing pisses me off more than like a shitty tweezer. I use a Clinique High Impact Mascara in waterproof in black. I use waterproof mascara because my lashes don't hold curl very well. And because of my oily lids, I need something that's just gonna stick. You can get splashed in the face with water and it will stay put, which is quite awesome. And it's not too much of a pain to remove. I use a cleansing balm every day to melt my makeup or my sunscreen. And this goes away with it quite well. And I use the Clinique Take the Day Off. But sometimes I switch it up. I'll do a skincare video eventually. I really love skincare. It's my jam. Let's do some bottom lashes too. I don't always do bottom lashes, but I feel like it today. Alright, I just wish my nose wasn't so red. Because of my freaking cold. I'm gonna do the rest of the face. I'm gonna do it really light dusting powder. I don't wear much powder in the winter. I just put a bit on to make sure everything sticks, but I'm not crazy precious about it. I use Mercier. So this is her loose setting powder in translucent. This is a Cover FX powder brush that I've had for a long time. I love this brush. It's quite dense. It's quite big. And I just do very light dusting powder. Because my skin is dehydrated, I don't put tons on. Because if I did, I'd just look super cakey. And that's not what you want. Oh, that's not what I want. So light dusting powder. This is old. This has seen better days, but I love it to death. This is Dr. Hauschka Powder Duo. Summer Impressions 01 Cool Breeze. And this is, it has two, it's like a split pan. It looks quite shimmery in the pan, but on the face it's quite matte. I use that to bronze and contour a bit. I don't really contour actively. I'll mix the two colors, and I'll use my big brush that I used for powder. And I'm just going to bronze the cheekbone like this. And I like it because it's kind of blushy. Not too much. It just gives it a nice, sun-kissed, vibrant skin. Because it has a glow to it, but it's very subtle. I like Dr. Hauschka products. It's a natural brand, German brand. It's been around for ages. I like their skincare quite a lot. When I had really bad acne, I would use their range for oily skin, and it really helped. I'm not partial to natural products. I used to be, but I do believe in science, and I think it's fine. And I'm not knocking natural products. I think they're great. But I think you can only go so far with plants, and sometimes you need stuff that's a bit more concentrated. You know? And it's not because it's natural that it's good. I mean, the cyanide is natural, but it can kill you. It's all about perspective and using what works for you. This is nice and bronzy. I love this stuff. That powder is beautiful. I have a backup of that powder, that bronzer. I love it so much. I love the sheen that it has. And it's not too crazy sheeny in person. Even with my oily skin, it looks quite good. I'm gonna highlight with another kit favorite. If you were a makeup artist in the early 2000s, you'll know this quite well. This is Nars Multiple Stick in Copacabana. This is well loved. This has seen better days. So it's a creamy stick product, and I apply it with my finger. Sometimes I'll put it on with a brush, with a foundation brush, but it's fingers today. Just gonna tap it on top of my cheekbone. And I love this product. I bought it after seeing it in a friend's kit when I started freelancing. I was doing hair actually at the event, and she was doing makeup, and she had that in her kit, and I picked it up, and I was like, whoa, I love this stuff. And she was like, you need this in your kit. You can use it, you know, everywhere. Eyes, lips, cheeks, everything, and it highlights beautifully. And it's not a crazy glittery deal. It's quite subdued, but I like it. It just looks lived in. I like skin that looks lived in. I like when skin looks glowy. I like when skin looks alive, but not alive in a really wildly unnatural way. I mean, how beautiful is this? So natural. It looks a bit stronger on camera than it does in person, I think. I love it. It's beautiful. Right. Thank you, Nars. You did good. I'm not a big blusher person. I don't wear it too often. I mean, I like it, but it's sometimes I can't be bothered. It's too fussy. But I'll put some on today. I'm gonna use a milk makeup stick. This is in Perk. This is a nice corally color. I'm gonna apply that with my finger as well. I think it looks quite good when you're bronzed. A nice warm sheen to it. My skin is neutral, I'd say, like neutral, but when I tan, it really gets yellowy and goldy. So I can get away with wearing corally stuff. When my skin is normal, it's normal pale self, I go more like towards plummy shades. I'm quite liberal with it. So if you're gonna wear a blusher, might as well go for it. Ah! Lovely! Nice sheen. I like a matte lip, I like a liquid lip, but it's not my everyday thing. I get chronically dry lips, especially in the winter, because I have quite, well, I mean they're not huge, but I have pretty chubby lips. So what I do, I'll wear tinted lip balm mostly. I'm gonna put a bit of lip pencil on. This is the Lise Watier lip pencil. Waterproof lip pencil in Perfect Rose, Rose Parfait. And I'm just gonna put this on and not be fussy about it. Just put it everywhere. And this is such a nice pink. It doesn't have to be perfect, since you're just gonna pat it in. Nice color. And I like laying down a stain like this because if you drink, if you eat, you always have a layer down there. And you can just reapply your lip balm, whatever. On top of it, I'm gonna wear a lip balm. This is the Lancôme Baume in Love in 110 Urban Ballet. And it looks very, very pink, but it's sheer. It's just a light wash of pink. And I'm going to reapply it throughout the day. This is the look. So it's quite simple, glowy, everyday, kind of bronzy, but that's because I'm tan. Very simple. You could go work in this, easy. You could go grab coffee with someone cute, I don't know. So I'd say this is good for most occasions. And it's quite simple. So yeah, that's it. And this is all with oldish products. You know, no new releases in there. It's pretty good staples all around. And that's what I plan to do with my makeup videos. I just want to, you know, use my stash and use my products, and I'll buy anything, hopefully. So yeah, I'll do a proper intro to like Project Pan and buy. I'm guessing. I'll keep myself, you know, on track with that and post updates. I'm thinking of doing a makeup video every Monday-ish, so get ready with me. Product review, I don't know, whatever you guys want. So I think that's gonna be it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to keep up with me, you can subscribe and maybe hit notifications. I hope this, you know, this was interesting, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye!